Hi, and welcome back to Cooking with Matt. It's been a few years since our last episode, and in that time, we've assembled an even larger smorgasbord of tasty delights for camping and outdoors. In this episode, we'll be cooking 3 of those meals, all available here at Evike.com. We're starting with a breakfast, going to a meal for lunch or dinner, lunch. What do you call that? And dessert. So let's get started. To cook any of these outdoor or survival foods, you'll first need water. Now that we've got some water, let's get cooking. Let's start off with one of my favorites, scrambled eggs. First things first, you'll need to open the package and we're gonna need to heat some water. Go ahead and rip open the easy to tear package. They've thought of everything, haven't they? Okay. Oh, that smells terrible. Man, that smells delicious. Well, before we can eat one of these freeze-dried delicious meals, we're gonna have to heat some water. Now, in case you don't have an open flame or a cooking device, we happen to have the Dutch Nukem XL. Simple on and off switch. This baby will heat water in just a matter of seconds. In fact, let's go ahead and warm this now. Let me check on it. Almost forgot to turn it on. And just like that, you've got hot water. All right. We're done with this for now. Let's get to making some breakfast. Remember, you'll need to remove the oxygen absorbing bag, or as we call these back home, mystery space bags. Don't put these in your mouth. All right. Now that we've got our bag open and our oxygen bag removed, we've got some hot water here, and it's always important to remember that while these are completely safe, safety first, people. Now there, what I like to do is you need about a cup of water. This is about a 12-ounce cup, so you need about 8 ounces of water for the breakfast meal. Simply splash that in like so. And then while that sits in the package, grab a handy spoon and give it a stir. Let's make sure you guys can get in and hear that. And you'll want to let that sit. Okay, now we gotta wait. And after stirring, remove your spoon and remember to close the zipper. We're gonna be wanting to watch this for all of 5 to 6 minutes. Now that we've waited about 5 to 6 minutes, let's give it a shake just to make sure that it all mixed up well. This is not a necessary step, it's something I like to do. Boy, that's hot. Okay, let's go ahead and open it. Now don't be surprised if all of the eggs haven't absorbed all the liquid. But if you're ready to eat or if you're in a hurry, just go ahead and grab the same spoon you stirred with and strain out some eggs. Now boy, doesn't that look, whoops. Doesn't that look delicious? That really does look like home-cooked eggs. You can eat them right out of the package, but I figured, you know, we're cooking at home. Let's be civilized. No, it is very good. No, it's quite tasty. Just like Mom made it, you know? On to dinner. Now that we're ready for dinner, lunch, whatever you call it, I'm gonna go ahead and move our breakfast out of the way. We will need to reuse that spoon though. Perfect. Now we will also need, for our chili mac with beef, a little bit more water. Luckily, I've had my Dutch Nukem running this entire time down here on the floor. So we've got 2 cups of hot water. Let's give this thing an open. Now, so that you know what these look like on the inside before you heat them, as you can see, you've got chili, you've got mac, but they've been independently freeze-dried by very, very small machinery. That wasn't a joke. Again, you'll want to remove the oxygen-absorbing packet. Don't worry though, if you forget, you can always pull it out after it's done cooking. Now we're going to bring our dinner plate over and make sure that we get about 2 cups of water in here. They've also provided instructions in case you're a cook show host that has no idea what you're doing. Let's put some water in. Can I get a round of applause for that? All right. That looks to be just about 2 cups. Again, we're going to start by stirring. And remember, boiling water. So whether you choose to use a jet boil or an open flame, boiling is the key word. Once we've stirred that, now that smells like chili and macaroni. Let's go ahead and close that bag. Start your timers. We'll see you in 8 minutes. And welcome back. Time to check that bag. Now, just like with our breakfast, you will have needed to stir this at about the halfway mark. We've done that, and now we're ready to open it. Let's check it out. Oh my. I seem to have added just a bit too much water. That's okay though. You know, we can adapt and overcome. So rather than dumping the entire bag out, I think I'll just skim the surface. Doesn't that look delicious? You've got your chili and your mac. Chili mac. And as well as some beef, some kidney beans, all the healthy things. All right, let's give it a try. Remember, you used boiling water, so don't burn your mouth. All right, let's give it a try. But remember, you used boiling water. And a burnt mouth in the middle of the wilderness with no one there to help you is a bad idea. It's delicious. Interestingly, it's got the same consistency as the eggs. It's what I imagine the styrofoam bottom of a cup noodle tastes like. You can really taste the 12 grams of protein.
Lower. Too low. A little bit higher. Little bit higher. There we go.
12 grams of protein. You know what's great? This is just like going to your favorite Italian restaurant. But the head chef is sick. So the second chef has made your favorite dish. And that's not a bad day. Now, as I mentioned, this comes with a full serving of kidney beans. You know what they say about beans? Beans, the magic fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans for every meal. Unless you're on a camping trip with a loved one and you're sleeping in the same tent. Perhaps a different dish. Chris, I'm gonna fart so much later. You're gonna love this. Okay, this has been a real fancy feast so far, so let's finish it up with a delicious dessert and a cup of coffee. Moving with the instant theme, I've got an instant cup of coffee here, and of course, one of my favorite desserts from Mountain House, raspberry stuff. Or as Mountain House calls it, raspberry crumble. But you can call it whatever you want. Inside, you'll find a couple things. A bag of stuff. And what I assume is the raspberry portion of the bag of stuff. You'll also find 2 oxygen removal packs. Did the other ones have 2? Open raspberry sauce package. Oh, that's chocolate cookie crumbles. Wait, is that? How do we know? Neither is labeled. Raspberry mix. It's labeled. First things first, we're going to use our package as our mixing vessel. And you're going to open your raspberry mix first. Now, just like the outside, they've given you an easy to open package. Now that we've emptied the raspberry packet into the main zippered pouch, we're just going to go ahead and add our 1 1/3 cup of hot water once again. Once you've done that, we're going to again take our spoon, which is really not clean enough to be using right now. And I've thrown my knife. So here's what we're going to do. Wow, that's hot. Just another 5 minutes. Start your timers. And that's just about 5 minutes. First things first, let's go ahead and clean off our spoon. Good as new. Now then, I think before we have dessert, we'll make a little coffee. Easy to do with these instant packs. Get that in a cup and get it stirred. Now while I'm waiting for that to just make itself, let's go ahead and empty the contents of our raspberry bag. Let's get rid of some trash, why don't we? Because we're civilized. Now then, when we open the bag, you'll be presented with a beautifully aromatic raspberry dessert. And as you can see, the raspberry has set up quite a bit. In fact, I probably could have used some of the water I put too much of in our linner and put it here in the dessert. But now that we've got that all in the bowl and all over our spoon, let's go ahead and open the chocolate crumble. As you'll remember from the bag, we've got raspberry sauce with chocolate cookie crumbles. And just go ahead and lightly sprinkle those on. And generally what I like to do is don't pour them all on at once, otherwise you'll have a cereal style situation where half of it is soggy and half not. Sprinkle a little bit at a time and then enjoy a wonderful dessert. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how this relates to you as an airsofter, and that is a valid question. Well, I'll tell you. We at Evike.com imagine that at some point during your airsoft career, you'll need to use these meals or meals like it and the techniques to cook them in some sort of airsoft environment. So we're testing them for you. Ryan? As you can see, all of our Mountain House meals and other freeze-dried meals available for camping, outdoors, and survival purposes can be consumed under fire. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Cooking with Matt. We hope you enjoyed yourself and had a good time. Get cooking, and we'll see you again in another couple years. Ready? There's still shit in this cup.
Huh?
There's still shit in this cup. There's shit in this cup.
What's the ceramics going off?
Chris, you left stuff in the cup. I thought we cleaned the cup. There's shit in the cup. There's shit in the cup. Don't do this at home.